Yeah.
Lose the knee. I'm pretty sure knee toe.
5 seconds.
A lot of bike riders live that.
Was a different story, but
See,
plays extremely well. 250 comes up. That's a free hit as well. Again, the ball hitting down the leg side. Knock was pretty close, saving the single. Wide open spaces there over mid-wicket.
Let's look at my removals.
Oh, big shout.
Got one master, I've got like a peanut burst now.
Hit the back pad.
Good.
Hit the front pad first. Just a squeak in between inside edge and that front pad, I think. See what? This is really close. Look at leg stump. Armball almost does the trick. Quicker, flatter. Perilously close to the off stump. The Snarana.
Third semi-final appearance from the last 4 major competitions for England will be live to Miami shortly.
Alan Watkins joining a very exclusive club, 300 games for Leeds tonight for Watkins, who is still just as good as he was. It's difficult to say in his point, still in his point. Kick downfield, taken well. So decent opening set, you have to say, for the Dragons. Kept Leeds pushed back. Well, that was Daryl Latour who played the ball. He's been out for a while, not played for 2 months, but injuries and concussion protocols and giving him the chance. Before the Charlie stayed. Well, the starting minute 10 here, Catalan. Now they're carrying the ball with purpose, doing providing 1 or 2 offloads, and no doubt that Ruskin will get one away, and he does. That was Lewis Dodd who was hit by David Levi, wasn't it? Leaving. Sexton forced to vacate the point of attack. That goes the kick from Lewis Dodd. Well taken under pressure by Lockie. Next was by Fartape.
I just think you're always going to get this reaction, Stu. The Dragons after they were embarrassed by Toulouse, take nothing away from there. They're looking through the ball. That side here.
There is Hamley and Newman and Steve-O lining up, coming back into it.
In the Rhinos without mentioning Michael Steve-O chasing that record. Held by Jim Hall in 2006. And others trying to consecutive games. That's what he's chasing on the left edge.
There was that a hit or was that a follow through? It was okay. The ball will take a close look at that. I'm not surprised. Look at that. These big favourites. Brad Arthur mentioned 3 match. What happened to the Brussels in vertical?
Well, the predict was dropped by 8% before we kicked the ball.
There was Daryl Latour now. pressure on Manchester. Here he drops the ball right on the try line. With the ball to the backwards. That's up to the Leeds. Will definitely explore that next ball.
And they were like trending the woman football.
You see more early on. Penalty given away now.
I'm not sure if that's true or
Liverpool
not.
giving away the penalty. They're not happy about that. They may not have been happy with the fact that it wasn't given a knock on either. Just too long in the tackle again.
Yeah, you can just see there. Lockie Miller is just trying his best to get up and he can't due to the weight and the squeeze from Lipovic.
Referees have been directed, haven't they, to try and speed this ruck up again. The last week or two, especially leading up to match weekend. It's been a good start from Catalan. Leeds have weathered that storm. Here is Callum Watkins, just over halfway. David Levi, dummy half. Great off from Levi, Alensky charges through, still going, gets round the tackle of Charlie Staines, carry offload. That was a brilliant further pass there from Levi. Alensky was looking for help, but it wasn't there. Miller switches the angle of play, picked up on the bounce by Connor, charges through, and that means that Sexton will be tackled on the line and then pushed back. So, smart play from Jake Connor.
Yeah, just rolling the dice and just making it into a bit of a contest between him and Sexton. That's before for a lengthy break. We've just got on the outside of Roger Smith. Deputy top for the Dragons. Just got Cole Paul watching. Loses his man in Nikolai Alensky. Needs 6 more to defend now.
The fuck do that one?
Taken easy by Riley Love. For the injured Ryan Hall. 14 tries in 24 games, but haven't played Super League for 4.5 months. Just can't get in the team, but he's got a chance back.
It's only his second appearance of the season. 2026 in the Super League.
Jenkins it was. Here was Watkins. First real stint of pressure from the Super League leaders. Watkins plays it. Left it goes to Miller. Connor with a cut-out pass. Here is Ash Hanley out on that far side. Of course, Hanley and Sebo, the double act, which is so dangerous and so profitable for Leeds. But now it's the right-hand side with Newman. Newman offloads on the bounce to Riley Long. This is the way they like to play. Lockie Miller. Chip behind the defence and the ball. It bounced between everybody. And it was eventually picked up by Contrick. He won the ball. Knock on. And all the fun of the fair there. First of all, the kick through by Lockie Miller. Everyone. A real opportunity here. That's all goals this season. We've scored for good positions too. Here they go. We need to pass out for Rob. With the tackle. Yeah, man. The ball is offside. On the clock. Connor. Issue. Back play. Lockie Miller. Oh, Jim Watkins, that's it. Trying to breathe. On the last round, Jake Conway. He may well have a problem with his ankle.
There's Harry Giver, been tried on the wall.
So anyway,
He said 1, 2, 3. This time it was the third attacking kick.
so
James
like
Conn. I thought was definitely going to get on the hand of that, but he was over the head. Fortunas into the arms of Harry, who shakes off that ankle injury to finish that score there inside the opening 8 minutes. Harry Giver left his 8th score in 2026. It's a brand new family match, Stu. Him on and then lock him off. But Hanley denied. 4 drops. 27 tries this season, Stu. Phenomenal numbers. You mentioned about back-to-back Man of Steel. Right up there, no doubt about it. Leeds has scored. That's a big deal for 3 years on the spin.
Never in doubt tonight. Please, just to get some points on the board. Will it be the first of many? I'll have to wait and see. Very hot. Perfect one. The Leeds have got been very hot. That's a 10-minute set.
Yeah, we've already there with Kotrick with the loose carry, protected and gifted the field position 10 metres away from their own line. The Rhinos doesn't really matter if it looks perfect. They just keep playing. It's a threat. It's a constant threat. They have red alert. Look there with the bounce over the head of McDonald. Harry Giver, the right place at the right time.
I know that makes it go over. How did they play out? What's the other side? The clutch it was behind the goal line. 6-0, Leeds striking first. Watkins. United W. Howe. William was going to third because I don't know McDonald. Harry Giver with the try score. Here's the elusive looking at the 5-0. Down by How it is for the teasing tempting kick. Well rounded, well left foot for a chance to stay and take no chances. The Rhinos at the other end of the field. Took the ball over, trying to get back behind the ball. Carry away from their own end here. Warrior, who's scary. Warriors, the McGarry here, and it's going to be his last season as well. Serving these Real night yesterday. But I had to go through Jenkins and big line to the tackle. Back to the game. I tackled that good again to be playing Arsenal. Oh, good neck head. So important. You start the France, the hostile environment the crowd creates, the weather. Discipline we have without the ball. They can't drag you into an arm wrestle, they can't drag you into that dog fight if you want to. Critical acquisition this year of the Witch. Sexton. Here is Charlie Stayne forward. Left tackle right in front of the Warriors post. Leaving puts a kick through. Leeds survive. There is Ben Garcia in the middle. Yeah, Gilbert comes to split the directly. The Catalan 2027. Could be a big field. I played against Ben Garcia.
fantastic servant. It's a very long time now running in the NRL. Like to see what crashing into Julian Bustian. Just to get the ball out.
Okay. So yeah,
It's the way that Leeds have played this year. Levi, back it goes to Connor on the last.
4, 2, 3,
Kicked out
5.
field. Well led by Charlie Staines.
I love watching him play.
He did a stand up.
Yeah,
Without that.
25 years of age as well, Stu. So many good years ahead of him. And you think what he would be like in a team that's flying high. Such a weapon.
Tate. Another bright spark. Stand back
Don't know
there for
where.
the Dragons this season. Solomon Tate.
Good feet.
He gets
He gets on the inside there of Josh Allen, Roger Smith. Because he beats Josh Allen, he has no choice just to try and slow this down. He's all over it. Some penalty in the end was great. Was there for blocking him. One try this season. Yeah. Exactly why. Let's get out 40 weeks too late from the Dragons then.
Making me look like a princess.
Very much in this. I want to go through the ball down. He started it. We don't know at all. But it took everything.
Oh, brilliant well fighting the ball over the top and Noah Joy, 1 big 2. As all Saxton was going to go all the way, I'm choice that right, who's leaving on his right. It was a strolling for leaving. Goes back to Noah Joy.
About sit down.
Liam Mortel and Harry Newman. There's a bit of blood on some player. They're going to sort that out. All the hydration now to do that. Ball break coming up. This is it. Have a look at this. Just look on the right-hand side. Who's leaving was there. I mean, trying to find Darryl at all. It couldn't quite hold on to it. What an opportunity. Maybe who's leaving his needs to shout a bit louder there, Stu. The Catalan Dragons 2018
Yeah, but
Challenge
in
Cup winners. What they
competence,
did, that was
you
in
would
the club's
which is
history.
really annoying.
Seems a long time ago since they were competing for trophies now, Stu, doesn't it?
Gets that mean.
Well, there will be another water wait in the second half. It's very hot. It's very humid.
TV.
There is Mickey Bacalora with the black cap on. What a good player he was.
Oh, absolutely. He was the one that rated the heartbeat of everything that the Dragons were doing in and around that time. Challenge Cups and Grand Final appearances. And it'll be the Rhinos who are hoping that October the 2nd that they're back there at the Grand Final.
Got a glimpse there of Mike Asimo, the Leeds winger. Gets a try today. More Super League history. It would be scoring for an 11th consecutive game. So that would equal the Super League record of Hull FC's Richard Hall, all the way back in their Grand Final year, back in 2006.
Sterling in there.
Yeah. So, water break over. 6-0, should be 6-all. Certainly made a note of that opportunity there and how significant it will be, Kyle Abel.
Only time will tell. And Catalan, if they're going to have any chance in this contest over the next hour, have to ice their moments, take their opportunities, and that's one that's gone begging. Honestly, no crusher here. Chris Atkinson's going to stay down.
Gets up, you see the Leeds players in back play.
I like that though, Stu. If he feels that there's nothing injured there, just get up and get on with it.
Bit of that creeping in again in the last 2 weeks.
Had nothing to do with it. He's been released.
Smith now off the bench.
Assistant chief, you're going to have to do it nose feet.
It's the 40-20 effort. Good thinking. But not quite on this occasion from the 40-20 effort. Jake Connor. Staves picks it up. Good game this. 18 minutes gone. Just one try.
Sure it is. It's not an awful lot really between them. I suppose the lesson for the Dragons is make sure that you don't give the Rhinos any field position anywhere near their line. And ever since that Nick Cotrick error, I think they've been on top of the moment here, Stu, for the last 8 minutes.
Certainly competing here.
Staines.
So many involvements in the game, Charlie Staines.
Last one. Dodd under pressure. Oh, he tries to get the ball out. Not Rao, it's picked up by Rao. Croft could go the distance here. As he got the left, Brendan Croft. Chased back by Littlewith. Croft still going. Big smile. Big try. Brody Croft, after the error from Lewis Dodd, gets another one. 17 Super League tries. It looked like he was going to run out of steam and run out of puff. But he ran, and he ran, and he ran, and he scored.
Sure, it is, Stu. This is a good sign of what championship teams do. They absorb pressure. And then an act there from McDonald forces Dodd into offloading that ball. Croft picks up. And then a blink of an eye, Stu, to go from one end of the field to the other. And Croft with a little doozy in the end. Big smile on his face. You see the work there from the right edge back rower. James McDonald. Croft reacts. And then here we go. The little goosey. It's only a subtle one. A right smile there from Brodie Croft to score his 18th try. Career best form from a ball-hander steal himself.
Having 2 minutes after Catalan should have scored a try to level the game.
But that's what top teams do.
To lead them to the break.
They absolutely do it. I know it. I've been a part of it. You just can absorb so much, and then in the blink of an eye, just land the sucker punch. It's the terrific work from James McDonald, though that has to be said. Bruno, got work to do.
I think it's also the knowledge, Kyle, in this Leeds team running through the veins, and they know that they can score at any time. 300 on the shirts of Jake Connor, because this is his 300th career game. A lot of landmarks for the Leeds players tonight. 300 leads for Watkins. 300 career for Jake Connor. Not quite with the conversion. Jake Connor surely got to start in the first World Cup game, hasn't he?
You would think so, wouldn't you? As we just see Brodie Croft racing away, 60 metres once more to take it to 10-0. Jake Connor can't convert there. 12 attempts, that's his 20th miss of the season, so his strike rate is still up in around 80% mark. He's so good.
Yeah, so far so good for Brad Arthur. Jake Collar 300th career, Danny Levi 200th career, Callum Watkins 300th Leeds, Tom Holroyd 100th career. Cooper Jenkins, happy birthday. There's a lot of landmarks for the Leeds in the south of France tonight. The important stat is that one on your screen, 10-0. Here is Newman trying to get round Frank Maria.
Aaron Newman's been in great form as well ever since he come back from Hull FC after being sent out on loan for a couple of games.
Yeah, he lost his place to Jack Bird. Then Jack Bird got injured. They got injured. Newman came back, and now Bird can't get back in.
Well, he's well and truly grabbed hold of that man, a scruff of the neck, and said that shirt is his from now on.
They allow the ball to bounce. Watkins taps it back. Ash Hadley finds Miller. Kick downfield, and it just runs out. So the danger just about diffused from Catalan. Leads in front, Chamber.
A bit of a scruffy end to the set there, but Lucky Miller turning an ordinary end to the set into something half decent, because that ball just rolls out a metre before the try line over the sideline. It means Lewis Dodd's going to have to play it. Patape makes 1 metre in that carry. Difficult carries coming out your own end of your shoot.
Okay, so yeah.
Darren O'Toole, he's impressed, hasn't he, the young Frenchman?
There we go.
Here is Romain Mamarat.
Let's see.
Also, yeah, he felt it been coming. The crowd have been getting louder in their shouts.
Yeah, I think that's something that Brad Harper will look to pick up. I think that's the second or the third yardage penalty the Rhinos have given away. Just look what it means. Catalan now starting his set here. Patape, direct carry. Gets within 18 metres, another ball on the field here.
Patape plays it. Can they find some points here? Mamarat. Cameron Smith in there to make the tackle, along with Callum Watkins. Staines. Solid defence. Best defence now in Super League, as well as the best attack leads. Sexton. That was play, that. I think it was the right clue to the Letsky, but it doesn't matter because Leeds have got it back incredibly. I think Catalan were moving. It was Hanley, wasn't it? Catalan were moving in slow motion there. But they gifted the ball back, and here's Cross again. Hankinson.
They're in trouble here, the Dragons. They're on the back foot. The Rhinos come rolling forward here. Callum Watkins slows the play down, doesn't it?
Just cannot keep giving the ball away. Catalan Dragons. With the Letsky's boots as well. They run that. They run the ball back. Sexton's poor kick. Cobber. Inside it goes for some looking to offload. 25 minutes, 10-0, last one in front of the post. And Smith couldn't offload.
Yeah, it's another poor end to the set for the Rhinos. In terms of field position, it's okay. I have no doubt that a side like the Rhinos scoring at will, you want more than just a big top forward carrying the ball in.
O'Toole with a run again.
Good footwork, hasn't he? Harold O'Toole, his 7th appearance this season.
Patape thrown to the ground by McDonald. Here is Lipovic. Good run. Still a great player, Julian Bousquet, isn't he? Roger Smith plays the ball, goes back on the last for Toby Sexton. Good take from Lockie Miller. Let's see what he's got now. Can he beat a man?
Johnny! Come on, get some
He
crisps.
did. He beat one.
Warm in here.
That was it.
That's high from Condon.
Just come on as well.
Yeah. Lockie Milligan past him. Liverwich with the
you.
legs tackle. He has to retreat. Stu gets away. So he's having to work in overtime. And the left arm.
Johnny.
Work from Riley Lund just to snap off his left foot. Tess Condon. He needs to be better than that. The interchange forward.
If you want one.
Whitehall has a foot injury. Oh, he's not stolen. Superbly there by Cottridge, one-on-one. That's okay, that's allowed. And an unexpected chance for Catalan.
As well, his pocket pinched. Condon trying to make up for that penalty.
This would be an opportune moment
No,
for Catalan. Bousquet.
right, you may be nagging you then, won't it?
No, plenty of tackles in the bank.
Oh!
Pass out to Gerald at all. He was never going to get it, the young winger. It was the right idea, Lewis Dodd, but it was the wrong execution.
Yeah. Lewis Dodd looking for his 15th try assist. And again, I talked earlier about icing opportunities for the Dragons. But he gets on the outside alone. Lum's got to be careful there. That's twice now.
The bottom line is, if the pass was spot on, it was a try.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't. It wasn't. Correct. It's 10-0. Leeds last defeat against Wigan. Nearly 2 months ago, they won 11 out of 12. 6 on the spin.
Oh, they are the real deal, the Rhinos. No doubt about it. You know, there is still 10 games to go. But I well and truly believe that, barring a landslide, that the League Leaders' Shield should probably be theirs.
The other thing that's worth mentioning, in a season where teams have been cursed by injuries, in the main, Leeds have been fairly healthy.
No, you're right. And we saw that last season, didn't we? With Willie Peters' side, you know, they were pretty healthy for the majority of the season. And look what they went and did. Incredible stuff there from Hull KR last season. Of course, beaten earlier today.
Just manages to get it there and so. James McDonald. He meant that, didn't he? Yeah, and that's obviously going to play a key role. You know, if your squad's been decimated by injuries constantly,
Yeah.
Leeds have been pretty much okay. Here is Cottridge. Eleven minutes to half time. Sexton.
It's good work there from Jake Connor. Yeah. Double defence, gets rid of that lead runner and straight out the back to pull Staines down.
Never had 4 to go, was there? Sexton with the kick, one bounce into touch. Leeds will get the ball back. Jared O'Connor is on the field. Look at this.
Big shot.
I'll probably in this like
He puts it
30.
about-
He does, yeah. Even you know, the work that he did there earlier just to accelerate and go and shut down Lewis Dodd, force the mistake, and Brodie Croft scores. An industrious back roller.
Good work from Riley Lund. They're at dummy half. Here is Simo not seeing too much of the ball, but he barges into Navarrete. Here is Jared O'Connor. Brilliant pass. Play on, says the ref. Crossbar with a chance. Eventually brought down, but O'Connor already making an impact. Miller, they go to the left. This is where Leeds are dangerous, finishing off. Great opportunities and good field position. And Cameron Smith eventually stopped. Holroyd. He was nearly free, wasn't he, Holroyd? On the last. Jake Connor. That's a good one. The ball, I think it came off Hanley in the end. Yeah, it'll be a knock on. And Captain Ann will get it back.
Yeah, They've got to challenge this though, Stu.
Well, interesting.
So we have a captain's challenge. Leads a challenge in the off-field decision. Have a knock on. Reviewing that, please.
Well, there you go. We'll have a look at this.
Well, if it's
Tom
not,
Grant is the video referee. He'll have a look at that in the background. But Ash Handley was the captain who decided that it may not have been a knock on. So let's see. The kick goes up here from Jake Connor, so everyone's offside. It's a big call, this. 10 points to the good, 9 minutes to half time. Across comes Ash Handley. And who did the ball come off? That's the key.
well, if it comes off like Stu, it comes forward and it lands into a player that would be in an offside position. I think it's Sexton, but I think Ash Handley has lost that ball.
It looked like it came off Handley's
Of his left arm, yeah, I think so. Just having a bit more of a look at this. But the kick from Connor,
Well, Liam Moore was right there, wasn't he?
yeah,
He saw what he saw.
it's an interesting kick choice. It's a bit more towards the sticks that we normally see. It nearly comes off. Just trying to land it into that space where the body's competing. And for me, I think it's a knock on. This will be no try, and it'll be a 20 meter restart. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Liam Moore got that spot on, but he was 3 yards away, wasn't he? So it's one of those moments where a captain challenge was fruitless and maybe pointless.
Well, 31 minutes, Stu, has flown by. I always know we're into a game when they go up down at the clock and 31 minutes has gone by. The Dragons have got, 8 minutes now to try and get a score here. I think the Rhinos, if they were to get another score, it makes it an impossible task for the Dragons. If they can get one.
Well, they've had chances, they've had opportunities, Captain Lamb.
Oh,
Under pressure, Sexton puts the ball down. Croft will play on. Brody Croft dives on the loose ball. Well, a knock on.
well, they don't challenge now either.
Restart, the off-field decision is being touched. Rodney. Want to challenge it?
They can't.
No challenge, no challenge.
No challenge.
Knock on. Touches in fly.
Well, I didn't think that there was a knock on from Brody Croft. I thought this was play on for me, my initial eye line. Yeah, he's just dropped the ball. That's come off from Brody Croft's right boot. That's play on.
Yeah.
But the captain's challenge that they've wasted now bites them.
Yeah, absolutely. But, Sexton may have got away with that one. Yeah, we said it was fruitless and pointless, and so it's proved to be. So a let off there for the Catalans. Josh Allen is back on. Oh, the ball has gone to ground. Laguerre on the first has Tom has dropped him. So maybe it was meant to be, but that was just sloppy and careless there from Matthew Laguerre. And Miller now setting up another attack for Hadley. And as we said, on more than one occasion, Leeds will capitalise on these errors.
I think they'll make them pay here, Stu. I do. The last couple of times they've been down here, they've not come away with anything. But I think this is the set now where they register another score.
Well, it could be a crucial score as well. Croft, with a little dummy. Crunching tackle by Fartapo. Smashes Croft onto his back. But here comes Tom Holroyd. 100 career games in Leicester Market with a try. Levi at dummy half. They go the short side with Croft. Newman looking for a way through, and Fartape brings him down. This is a huge play in the context of this game. Croft on the last. That kick slides across the face of the goal. Jake Connor bats it back. It ends up in the arms of Lockie Miller. Play on, says the ref. It's still the last, and Miller will play on. Sticks it over the top. Brilliant take there from Daryl Latour. And Miller apologised. It was accidental. He took him while he was in the air. We'll say no harm, no foul, but no harm, and it is a foul. It's a penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty. Daryl Latour, I think he's been one of the Dragons' best in the opening 34 minutes. But the Rhinos, well, they scored 50 last week, Stu, at Magic Weekend. But you came away thinking that they didn't play particularly well, and I don't think that their attack has been as free-flowing as it should be, given the amount of play of the balls they've had in their opposition 20. They find it difficult. So I'm trying to struggle to see what they're trying to do in each and every set. It just seems that it's made up at the moment.
Sexton. Here is the debutant, Roger Smith. Plays for Carcassonne in the French Cup final and the French Grand Final. 1-1, lost one. Harvey Wilson is on. Cruz leaving at dummy half. Sexton. Well wrapped up by Smith and McDonald. Last one. Lewis Dodd arrows the kick through. Far too much on that for the moment. The ball hit the boot. There was only one way it was going, and that was out of play. And a 7-tackle set for Leeds. 10 up with 5 minutes to half time.
Just too heavy there from Lewis Gardner with the left toe.
Okay.
Rolls away for a 7-tackle set. Riley Love straight into Dodd.
Cats had been in this contest, and that was no doubt, but they've just not turned their opportunities into points.
No, they've had a couple of chances, haven't they? You go straight back to Toby Sexton and Daniel Lator, that 1-2 between them. It should have been a try. And then the pass from Dodd, if that was nailed as well, then they could have been in again. But the Dragons, you're right, Stu. Inside ball here.
Time again, it is Comer. Jacob Comer, back into Miller. Miller will score. Jared O'Connor. I'm getting my own Connors and Connors mixed up. But certainly not Lockie Miller, because he goes up to the post to score. Jared O'Connor has made a terrific impact since he's come on, and that try will be crucial. We said they can strike from anywhere. They do. Jared O'Connor with a break. Lockie Miller with only his second try in the season.
Yeah, really nice there. The inside pass, some Cruz leaving. Ben Condon just not working hard enough. Lockie Miller racing away. Gets his second try of the season. That's more like it from the Rhinos.
It was definitely Jared O'Connor with the break. Jake Connor was behind him applauding, because he knew a try was coming. And it did come! A Lockie Miller. There he is, looking to make it 16-0. 300 career games. Fair to say, until Jordan Leeds, who hadn't in any way, shape or form fulfilled the potential. Everyone knows he has, but I think it's the last year and a half, the last 2 years is showing us the true, real Jay Connor, how good.
Yeah, and I think that's important for him as a person, as a player, and for his family as well, that he wasn't one of those players that finished his career and died wondering what he could have been, and he's applied himself so well. But this ball back on the inside, just look at the number of shirts there that's flooding through. Levi, Croft, Miller. We go to Lockie Miller, races away and gets a crucial try here. 16-0, it just makes it very, very difficult to see a Dragons come back here now.
Well, he's got a bit of luck from the kickoff. The ball was tapped back into the arms of Holroyd. 16-0. He's made an impression as well, hasn't he, since he's come on, Cameron Smith. Another in his last season with the Rhinos, joining Wakefield. Wakefield, third in Super League.
Well, they are, aren't they?
So
Beating Holkear again, doing the double over the champions.
Fairly quiet, Ash Hanley in this game, Stu.
Oh, we haven't really seen Mike Casino with ball in hand, have we? That is Connor. This is McDonald. Still a minute to go. Jake Connor. That's a monster kick. Huge kick into the man's sky. Steve can't keep hold of it. The ball bounces forward. But like a pinball machine, working out.
Gotta get the
First
ball
knock on, play well and come from Charlie Stone.
back. Done. He may challenge this, but there's no challenge coming in.
Trying to stop that clock.
I've seen them a couple of times recently. Players turn their heads and look to the screen first. They see a replay before they decide to challenge him. For me, that shouldn't be right. You shouldn't be able to have a look at anything at all. Don't like it. Crept in over the last couple of games. Used to be looked at, I think so, Stu, yeah. Earlier, but Castleford today. Looking at the ball back to the challenge later on. Let's take over the lead.
Well, the opportunity to go into the back position. Still chasing back the goal. That consecutive game, still the try that this before the back really.
And it's your green as well. Last push behind him. So wait for 72 minutes and the Hill gets a fairly last and again, it's a game that keeps playing and I think to do. Stanley should have took himself and gone forward. We think that's a 3-4 there, but half time.
Well, top of them, really open the score for taking the chances that scored some cracking tries. From the rivals, their opportunities and not taking them.
This time is
Performance against Mexico had everybody talking about what place on Monday morning through Paradise. Very probably a few happened. Around 100 years ago, in New York, a famous photograph was taken of a group of buildings on their lunch. Some 70 floors up, they built the city's most famous skyscrapers. Look at that set. Having been here between 5 of my colleagues and I, in between shifts in slightly different places, starting the key gathering, and here right up here, how long we were nuts. Gary? Not looking at that way. Okay, does the English for each affect my performance in the afternoon?
well, I think we go with because obviously the Mexico game was hard to get over. They managed to do that. Norway, and probably some favorites, so I think two types of pressure. The pressure is probably the most the again they want to do, but the position don't talk about it. I think from being in that there's a big Norway, that's a big kind of show. It's amazing what's that, you know, like Mexico is on 50-50 egg, it's happening, then all the sort of things. Because we feel a little bit more uncomfortable. It's probably we haven't won. It's won them for a long time, but this is still exciting when you get into a point where people will start to think that they've got a real chance. You know, if you said before the tour was being arrogant or ignorant that you would play the way quarter final, you'd say, okay, that's acceptable. That used to be a really difficult game. And I think you have a chance. I don't look at Brazil. Yeah. Maybe more of a climate side. The back going on against Norway, yeah.
I think that talking about changing the time, everything went into that game. But to win it like they did, I think that gave people a lot of hope and respect to how respect for me. You know, obviously, like defenders, best probably people up there who can say like a good score.
Which could be again where we thought who's playing well apart from Kane and the winners. Now that Mexico gets 4-5-2%. That's the goal goal. So there's more confidence. There's more confidence. The two midfield they withstood that pressure. They're now in a position where the midfield also have no that really tackle pressure. They have a bit more of a confidence. So even the squad.
If you're going to watch on Tuchel was hard about the FA, the way that obviously we went down
that's why he came into the job. Would he bring down Eddie? But I think there's no doubt that he would have that fight spirit. But yeah, but again, the next chapter, the all that happens. So yeah, it was a pressure the next year. They want to go down to 10. Yeah, the ball is for that. But the reality is they've got to pack it now, and it is a type of challenge. I would have been what the rest of it now. I don't think they would have been. Then on some of the fingers at 2. So the bottom line, they got to back it up. I think their main players have to try.
Yes.
Kane trying off and act their best. With a chance of winning the game, but they obviously can't understand. No.
There are people like Dan Burn and Jason, you know, Thomas Tuchel, Radford stuff. So he's done to these teams. There's a lot of noise, a lot of talk about it. I think in that game, Thomas Tuchel showed that I'm doing that because I know he's talking about that for the reason. I think that's come a game proving that was.
Well, let's be honest, we thought that Dan Burn may not play at all.
Yeah.
He's come on for a particular reason. We're back down to 10. He's a mini now with that head. He's all the way to Whitney Bay, it seems. We'll see what happens. But that's not big for a reason like that.
Look, if we're leading narrowly, we've got Alan in the air is the massive threat for Norway. And if I see how 3 of them on top, he wasn't even Brazil 5 at the spot. Now, that people scream. You know, getting up, Stones knows it. You know, so that incredible support to come. You know, touch tight with it. Make sure you get 95 defenders in the box. And Chip has mentioned that to be frank, that's in. So if you like that might be fair for 5 or 10 minutes more to the different players. Obviously, if you're trying to do the manager deserves credit for it.
Dynamic is, I think most people would agree France and Spain are the best teams, aren't they?
The pause.
England obviously have 2 elite players in Kane and Bellingham. Norway have 1, particularly in Haaland. If the rest of the team sort of coalesce around those players,
Yeah, Cal.
The thing is like I said, his teammates know that. They just need to get solid attack. They can do the news. And defenders make mistakes like we saw Brazil make this. And you know, I like that we're headed to a game. Players know exactly who they're dealing with. Because then that should like galvanise what we're going to spend on. We can't make any mistakes. That's what we should be going into this game. We can't make any mistakes on this stuff.
I think Norway will be a part of that England. I think they look recognised that. We know a lot of their players. We meant that they were over the last couple of years. It's been fantastic. But they're a really cool player. And then we have to give it a 1-2 start there. Brilliant. And
no one really expected to do this. So they're on the least amount of pressure coming into this game. They're actually relaxing. You know, I still feel that we're going to the game, but at the same time, there's no one under the play anymore.
no, I played through this tournament and that's why we have to get all over them.
and on the video, I think this is what it's about. It's a real everybody, fans, players, officials, everyone.
There is a type of like before, but also the thing to everybody will understand about that. You'll find out over the next 10 days or something against Norway how they're going to go on to become a great team. They do have that potential. There's a question. But these countries have one step away. They're still chasing that, but they've got a great chance.
Right, we're going to head back to our studio here. With 5 minutes advice. Come on here. Don't look down now. So we'll make our way down from the top of the rock, and when we come back, we'll have all the teams from Miami as England look to win a place in the semi-finals.
Strangers, but he doesn't have a clue. Oh, that's good for England. And just like that, the first half is over.
He's looking a bit shattered at the moment, but I'm not surprised at all these accusations, and there's nothing worse than 3 breathable caps. Brief updates coming in from Devon Cornwall Police into this investigation that has gone into the weekend. You can see behind me here, my co-worker Ryan recognizes the elevator today with a I think, you know, I was like,
Only the tire of the car.
Make the most of your summer by firing up the barbie and going all out at Fresco. Lidl, negative values.
Being awful.
When it comes to explaining price, see pictures, discounts.
If you bring this to a hotel,
At Fisher Investments UK, you never fit into a bucket. We always treat you as an individual, retaining retirement advice for just one thing. Fisher Investments UK, retirement advice that's as individual as you are.
She finished the park perfectly because no, she goes, they couldn't find someone they really wanted to be like midget, privilege on a personal benefits and
Look at my lucky numbers. You've got your choice. Actually, I've got two choices. One ticket, 2 chances to win. So it could be you, it could be you. Well, good luck, thank you.
Now, one ticket gives you 2 chances to win. New Lotto. It could be you, and it could be me.
Do you know what fake legs looked like when I was a kid? First of all, there was only one color. It was like bandit color. And everybody knew you had a fake leg and you were fucking walking down the street.
don't tell me you're going to wait for the next.
Fury today, that came early. The slaves as featuring a bizarre appearance in front of Epstein survivors. Guys, check out this white waffle shirt.
When you run a small business, mistakes can happen. And if one of
What's
those
the
causes
best
a
fragrance a
problem,
guy can wear?
anyway, tiny version of your planet's Earth. Hiscox can help protect you for when it's all goes wrong. Hiscox Business Insurance.
Managing my situation, but I mean, it could be caused by.
England team arrived at the stadium in Miami a short time ago, and for the 5th match in a row, Thomas Tuchel makes a change at the right match in the teams. It's Gabriel Clark. Well, after the altitude of Mexico City comes the heat of Miami. Thomas Tuchel will expect to call on the depth of his squad once again. In terms of his starting lineup, he makes 2 changes. This is the England team. With Gerald Ponza suspended and Ponza switches to right back. Stones comes into central defence. So Stones, Gay and O'Reilly go Erling Haaland from Manchester City. Elliot Anderson has started every game. Declan Rice has recovered from illness. In the wide positions, it's Anthony Gordon, Johnny Madueke, or Makayo Saka, that's the other change. William and Harry Kane have scored 10 of England's 11 goals at this World Cup. And for all their contribution in England's progress so far, Thomas Tuchel said yesterday, England can find a higher level, they can find more rhythm to their game. Now to get to it and now to deliver this
Do you
afternoon.
think the fans will be glad he's back?
Well, I know this is one of those rare occasions where the country genuinely comes together and absolutely everything stops and so to take the pulse of the nation. Who better than Ian Rock? What are you feeling?
Super excited. You know, I think everybody can recognise, especially off the back of that Mexico game, and this is a massive opportunity to get to the semi-finals. And I'm not underestimating Norway by any means, but like this is exactly what it's about. Mexico result was amazing, and the pubs. I've got messages from my brother. The pubs have been full since lunchtime. This is how you're meant to feel, excited and ready to go.
Gary, I never thought we'd talk about right back so much as we have in this World Cup. I know it's a very important position. Coles is now playing. It is. Coles is playing right back here. Is that a worry that there's been so much chopping and changing there?
Well, I know it's an easy position to play. According to Rob, anyone can play there. Look, we've even put Declan Rice there. We've had 5 or 6 right backs in this tournament, and it's not ideal. Look, he's not played a game at right back, I think, or started a game at right back for something like 7 or 8 months. And the idea that he can go in a World Cup quarter-final and play there with Shelvin, who's very good in the second half against Brazil, is a challenge for him. But I think we're at a point now in the tournament whereby the confidence of the group is so high. I think they'll believe they can achieve anything and do anything, and that's what you hope for tonight, that people adapt in big situations, and that's what Conte's going to have to do.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, it's not ideal, but he has played right back before, obviously, at a high level, particularly with Villa. I think the expectations on today will obviously be very much defensive work. I don't think going forward that we expect that much of it. So, yeah, I think he should be fine. And again, the fact is they've chopped and changed in a strange way of looking at it. It's brought a bit of freshness. We said there was worry about the white players as well ahead of them for the full-backs, but the chopping and changes has kind of worked for England because they brought different freshness to the team. So far it's worked. So, I wouldn't be panicking a little bit of Conte. I think it's going to be big weakness. He knows how to defend, but don't expect too much from going forward.
Anthony Gordon's performance against Mexico was probably his best in an England shirt, and he himself admitted he'd been too safe in the first 2 games. Is it a situation sometimes where you, the player, have to decide to throw the shackles off? Doesn't matter what anybody else says.
Well, he had loads of feedback, and he's at the age now. He's just on the back and getting a great move, so he should be in a decent place. Yeah, he's maybe slower than blocks in the start of the competition. But whatever advice you're getting, sometimes it is on the player when you mature to say, this is on me now. The Mexico game was ideal for him because, of course, I certainly think he's a player that really needs that space behind. And if you're a wide player and you think you're getting the better of the fullback, and sometimes just pace-wise, you're just growing confidence as the games goes on. And that's what we saw with him. And it's only natural that when he's getting the better of the fullback, we're seeing the clips here, he's going to grow in confidence and he's going to fight people to death. Especially here when he's getting on the end of things and winning the penalty. That'll just be a big boost for his confidence.
I think there's lots of left wingers like this, Mark, and if they've got the run, look, he has that race in the early part of the game. As soon as he knows he's quicker than the right back, his confidence rises, like he shoots like you wouldn't believe.
He says, give it to me every time.
Yeah, and that was really important. I think in the games earlier in the tournament, maybe the speed of the right backs were pretty good, and he finds it a little bit more difficult.
And I think it'll help him as well, even to know that no one will have a lot of possession today. So when he is sitting in, that's when there's extra space behind. And I think he needs more space than every other white player.
Interesting to see his first run when he gets the ball, Anthony Gordon. Let's have a look at the Norwegian team, which is one change. And interesting, the Shelvin came on at half-time. Not surprisingly, keeps his place. He set up both goals for Haaland against Brazil. So it's on the bench. That is the change. Have Adams, who played all 3 matches for South Africa at this World Cup, throws out passed away, aged 25. And the former Chelsea chairman, Ken Bates, died aged 19. Saving the club and heavily involved in the FA executive during the rebuilding of Wembley Stadium. Okay, let's hear from Thomas Tuchel on that selection. Here he is. Well, here we are. What's this?
rest of the players. There's an application with that. It's their moment. They know everything. They know everything. It's time to let go and to release out. Yeah, you need to play with the freedom. You need to play all in. This is what I call the fun is for. A couple of people. George started. What do you think? Well, we lost another right back was Terrell and his ranked high. Reece is available, Reece James, but the match for 90 minutes, so I'd like to have him as an option from the bench. As we get Thomas, minus the chance to be straight in highest good match in Mexico. Yeah, that was supposed to be the same. Do you think as well, Gay O'Reilly and Stokes, Erling Haaland from Manchester City?
Yeah,
they know
red. That's red. That's definitely red.
And that is of course the goal to stop the front line and to serve Erling.
Okay.
And with the height, the thing is also we need physicality. They're a strong team from set pieces. We want to be a strong team from set pieces, so that's why we have a strong bench. You talked just about this team can elevate its performance, go to another level. What in particular? Want to spend more time in the opponent's half. To break it down maybe to their headline. Does it better outlets for the audience? These are the steps that we have to spend more time with the opponent's half, especially in the
As soon as you wake up, the full match or highlights will be ready for you. It's all for us today.
Thanks, well, that's one of the main talking points this period of Miami has been around the weather. Not everybody expects to go much water weather. It's hot, 33 degrees, only getting hotter, and it's quite sticky. It's not even 60% and actually shows that so quickly. I have a hard time getting air into my lungs to even talk to you right now. I think it's fair to say that this is probably the most challenging weather conditions that England have faced in this tournament up until this point. Certainly about this match, I think England are someone is coming out right now. I know, you go right there, you go. So how is it that they will be coping with this heat and with this humidity?
Well, like you said, it is. We've had 2 indoor games, 2 with rain, and obviously the altitudes. In terms of the heat and humidity, this is by far the most challenging. But we did come to Tampa before the competition started to have 2 games out here to try and experience that. So I do feel like we are slightly adapted to that, the heat. What I would say is we're playing Norway. It's going to be the same for them as it is going to be the same for us. Neither team will want to be playing in this. It is a factor, and it will have a factor on how the team play today.
And I imagine it will also have an impact on the type of football, the style of football that we'll see as well. So tell me a little bit about what we can expect with that. And also, who actually suits more in the way of Russians, how they like to play.
Like I said, I don't think the temperatures suit either of them, but I do think England fans will have to be patient. I think it will be a patient game. I think for 45 minutes, we might be each other's out in terms of time. And I think it will be the case of that today.
Well, I tell you what, I know that people have been talking about the two strikers respectively for a reason, because I know for you, whether to be one is so which players are going to be instrumental in winning that tackle then.
It's highlighted, of course, everybody knows it's
Not maybe it's the same. Yes.
And it was to keep possession because I wanted to find he dictates everything for them. If I hear his name or see too much on the ball, I'm a little bit worried.
All right, what about Mourinho then?
Well, of course, you mentioned the midfield battle. If we win that today, for me, we win the game. Elliot Anderson, absolutely key. I think he's been one of our heroes, but kind of gone under the radar a little bit. And I've highlighted these clips because it's a simple thing. He breaks up the play, he breaks up momentum for teams. He's got a little bit of nastiness about him, which I quite like. And he's again, we mentioned Ødegaard. He's going to be really key. Can we try and keep him quiet? I love this. This was actually England's second goal against Mexico. He snapped back and won it and set us on our way to counter-attack. He's had to give a little bit of himself in this tournament, a little bit. He's been unselfish. He's had to do the team job, but he's been absolutely brilliant. He has to keep Haaland quiet and Ødegaard quiet. So he's got a big job.
He certainly does have a big job, and there's going to be plenty of others, so many fascinating tactical battles happening all across the pitch. I'm sure we'll discuss more about it, but for now, back to you guys. Mark?
Thank you, Sabra. And of course, Roy played in exactly those conditions in Orlando in the World Cup in 1994. Would you simply have to say to yourself, I cannot play my normal game, it's too hot, it's too humid?
Yeah, you would certainly have to adapt. Of course, the midfielders or the wingers, the fullbacks, when you're making your picking and choosing, you still play your natural game, but you will have to adapt. You will have to change that. But what this England team has done throughout the competition, you have to adapt to different challenges. Whether it be the sending off, going to go behind against the Congo, the delay against Mexico. So they've already embraced that. So today, certainly for certain players, particularly maybe people like Bellingham, you've got to be smarter when you're picking and choosing when to run forward, because your recovery will obviously be a lot more difficult.
Gary, they mentioned Ødegaard there. If you look at Ødegaard's stat last season at Arsenal, all competitions, 36 appearances, 1 goal, 7 assists. That doesn't scream influencing every single match. Is there genuinely something that we don't see that you pros see about Ødegaard, which makes us not realise quite what he brings to the team?
Yeah, his numbers have been, I'd argue, more disappointing maybe over the last couple of seasons, but I think what he's become is a rhythm player. It's interesting that the actual Norway midfield is technically better than our midfield. I think we've got more physicality, we've got more power and more strength, but I think Karen makes a good point that if he gets on the ball quite a lot, particularly if it's 35, 40 degree heat, he will be a massive factor for them in this game today. And England have struggled in tournaments and have gone out of tournaments where teams have kept the ball off them and kept possession well.
Because he's a coach and he sets the pace as well.
Yeah, I heard his manager say something interesting, that he's never seen him as a 10. When you look at his clips, he's everywhere. I don't think I'd be too worried about Ødegaard if he's deep, picking the ball up deep. We can see where he is. I'd be more worried about him if he's in and around Haaland and Haaland's on someone's shoulder. But if we keep an eye on him and he's deep, then the 10 position, then I'm okay with that.
I think also Ødegaard, I think sometimes find that it may be at national level. It seems to get a bit more time. Obviously, the physicality, the Premier League, he has struggled with that. Very, very good player. And maybe he's found it easier
15 minutes
because he's getting plenty of time on the ball.
Okay, well, Jordan Henderson has been ruled out after breaking his arm following the game in Mexico. He is with the team and he's been talking to Gabe.
Well, England made it out of Mexico. Jordan, the arm, how is it, first of all?
Yeah, it's all right, thanks. I mean, I know, but like you said, main job was to go there and win and progress to the quarterfinal, and managed to do that, so that's the main thing.
There will have been some soul searching, I imagine, a tough couple of days.
Yeah, a little bit of tough couple of days, but yeah, as soon as I came back, to come to see the lads. They've got a great medical team, thankful for that. The doctors and surgeons in Kansas were amazing as well, so I'm very grateful for that and just delighted to be part of the squad again today.
Well, you know these occasions so well. So when it is high stakes, what has to be the mentality?
I think it's the same thing that we showed, especially in the last game. You know, there was a leadership character I thought we showed in that game. There was a lot of obstacles that we overcome. And we'll have to do the same again today against a very good Norwegian side. A lot of good players. Tough test for us, but if we're the best version of ourselves, then I'm confident we can go through.
A lot of teams have tried to stop Erling Haaland. It's England's job today, but it's a challenge.
It is a challenge. He's one of the best in the world, but they've also got other top players. They're a good team. But for us, it's like I said, concentrating on ourselves, do our job, and hopefully that's enough to get us through the semi.
What's the prognosis? What if England get to a semi? What if England get to a final? Can you be back?
We'll cross that bridge if we come to it.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stuart Henderson with the team. We'll turn our focus towards Jude Bellingham and Erling Haaland next. Two of the faces of the new generation, Ronaldo, Messi, Modric and others, look to be departing the World Cup stage.
I release faith in your heart, wisdom to your mind. There is music in you. The skill of your hands will take you to kings, and strength will be in your character. You will be a strong man on your inside that will overcome every obstacle because you will not be held down. You will rise every time because your gifts will make room for you. You will take your place and be a blessing to your generation.
Having a nightmare at the back here.
Fourth west.
Just got
The last 9 games are at home. Catalan. They've won 6 and lost 2 up to this point. It's not too good. The clock's saying only 10 minutes gone in the second half. It feels like a lot.
Yeah, it's been very stop-start.
Couple of opportunities still for Leeds here.
it's introducing.
Loads of ball. Leeds has going to be rewarded with another 1-year contract for his actions for the next year. On the last corner for Casey Dawn, it's well taken and well read there. Great full-back play from Charlie Stone.
He's got no right to the purchase another 10 metres there with all that traffic in and around him. Quite far there, not far all right. It's better for the Rhinos. What do we get?
Sitting there in the background, he's got bright yellow boots on.
You stay out there, you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's geared though, isn't it? Something like on the right.
Wrestled to the ground by Cruz leaving.
And he's dropped Saka for Madueke.
Is it? Feels like more than
Gordon's still on this.
Playing different wingers every game. Maybe that's just at the second. I think he wants to have on the work it like that, doesn't he?
What are you thinking then?
Well,
Photo.
right back out.
No. That now keeper.
Oh.
I forgot that. James Trafford.